Well, here's the one I always love. My children went to Camp Marston for collectively over 15 years. They were campers, assistant coordinators, counselors. Every summer they just graduated up. So proud of them. It was quite the fucking accomplishment. Anyway, Dana finally graduated into a full-time employee there. At the end of this took 15 years to do this, and Dana was the first one, and she was so proud, so proud. And I'll never forget. Then she went over to the nurses station, and I had talked to her, and she said, "Dad, I want to be with the kids." And I think that was the beginning of the end. But I was so happy that she had made it, because by that time I'd lost everything. And this was her next move. And it only made sense. She was at home at Camp Marston. She knew Camp Marston. All my kids knew there. We ruled Camp Marston. This was what we did for over 15 years with absolutely no help with the monster or Caroline. This was all us. And I went over to my mom's one day, the monster's house, and she said, "I am so happy that Dana's coming back here to go to school." What I had just done to get Dana out of high school, she was not going to college for a while. But nonetheless, they did it. They took the weakness that I was showing right then. They scooped in. She went to live at Caroline's house. She came in about 5 or 10 minutes after 9. Lou this is days after they told her to quit everything that we spent 15 years on. And Lou threw all her things out on the front porch and said he was going to call the police on her. So she went to the monster's house, and Brittany had called me when this was all happening. And she asked the monster for help, if she could live there. And the monster said, "Well, just go back to Camp Marston." It took us 15 fucking years to get that Camp Marston job. She'd already been replaced. This was a full-time position. We were so grateful for this. So Dana had nowhere to live. She went to Katie's house. And in the meantime, Caleb swooped in, took advantage of her being at her weakest moment in her life with nobody to help her, nobody at all, and got her pregnant. They never dated. They never did anything. Within a week, she was pregnant. Now, granted, I love Lily and Braden. They're the joy of my life, even though they're not in my life. They're everything to me. Just like my kids were everything to me. What kind of people do this? Evil people. Stupid people. But anyway, that was the beginning of the end. Thank you for being blind to what's good. Very hubris of you to step right in. Two people that never were involved with my children at all. Just imagine when I had to go through periods, or the first bras. I'll never forget that. Shopping for that. First period, Heritage Escrow was my go-to escrow, and I never forget going in there one day and talking to one of the girls and telling her about my dilemma about periods and everything. And 4 girls sat around me and coached me on it, told me what to do. It was basically a miracle. The monster never did that. Caroline never did that. Those 2 people are so concerned with themselves that they could never do anything good. But that's the story of what they did. 15 years of working towards something, and they demolished it in 5 minutes. Wow. Thank you.